Hi, it's Rob Grimes with Hospitality Tech TV, Host Tech TV, and I'm with Toby Malbec at ConStrata. And the trade show is closed here at HITEC. So we are actually going to do a quick walk around the floor and just sort of chat about the show in general, what we saw, what we observed, maybe some trends and things. And then if we happen to see something, great, but no sales pitches, no salespeople. We're just going to take a look and see what's here.
Undercover.
Great. So this is Ted Horner out of Australia, and he's an HFTP Hall of Fame award winner. So he just happens to be wandering through here, does not have an exhibitor badge. Oh, yes, no, he does. He has an attendee badge. But he's here on the floor, and Ted, we're doing a walkthrough right now, taking a look at what's here. So let me ask you this. This year, what is the most exciting thing that you've seen here at the show?
Probably the tablet vendors, the Irises, the Intellities, and some of the newer players. Certainly that's and all the new apps that are being rolled out. Certainly the other one I did like is I saw on the Alcatel stand where they're pushing a whole lot of stuff on their new guest room phones. So yeah.
Now, there are, so we were just observing that there's quite a few people showing tablet technology, but the interesting thing is it seems like a lot of the startups and the really creative companies that we see at other shows are not actually here, that it's the bigger vendors taking their technology and applying it to a tablet. Would you agree on that on the mobility side? Or?
Yeah, I certainly would. I thought there'd be more tablet-type suppliers here, actually. I think it's because that's at the moment. But at the moment, there seems to be only a small number of vendors doing it. But you're right, maybe they think hotels are too hard to crack, and they're looking at other segments of the hospitality business, maybe restaurants.
Yeah, well, you know what? Now, we were talking about that as well, that in talking with a number of the providers here, unlike past years, there are a lot of providers here that are creating applications in the food service side now separately from hospitality, and it's not just lodging food service now. They actually are going in straight restaurants. So we are seeing that.
Yeah.
All right, so we lost Toby here. Well, we'll walk. Toby will catch up to us, but yes, Toby obviously had to take an important call here. So just sort of as we walk through, again, you see Incom, which is doing a lot of the switches and the things inside the room. Energy management actually has a big place here. Now you're seeing that they're showing in the Honeywell booth, they've got surveillance on the wall. They've got switches and automated systems, energy management. There's a whole bunch of different things, including how to control the hotel room, which is what the Incom piece is showing in here. So these are the other parts and pieces, and there are parts and pieces that are here at the show that are connected to all of the rest, and actually many of these things go in food service and retail as well.
Yeah, this is another area where I think more and more hotels are going to start taking advantage of as the cost of utilities continue to skyrise, electricity, air conditioning, things of that nature. Systems like that can control the environmental conditions of a room when guests aren't in there, or to set up the room appropriately when a guest is pre-registered are huge. So even little things like there are systems now that will help close the shades when a guest checks out or when the guest leaves the room. More and more prevalent in Europe and starting to show up here in the U.S. are these card-based environmental systems where when I check into the room, I actually have to put the key card in the room in the slot as I check into the room, and that brings the room to life.
You know, if you look in this booth, they got light bulbs over there.
Yep,
So what you're seeing here is that the IT guy somehow has to bring it all together. And in the past, where you might have shown these types of things at, I don't know, a maintenance show or something, or a general show, what you see now is that because of things like the connections to energy management, turning on lights, turning off lights, these are all connected things. They're no longer working really on an individual basis. And whether it's surveillance, safety, security, whether it's the integrated room controls at bedside or on the wall, they're all connected.
Well, your point is very relevant. Not only that, but even things like PBX, where you used to find in a hotel a PBX manager, and it used to be, in many cases, separate from IT. The blending there, or the merging, has occurred so that the MIS manager, in most cases, is now involved with security systems, is involved with key card systems, is involved with lighting systems, and things that otherwise you wouldn't have thought were technology.
Right. Now, there are a whole bunch of CRS GDS solutions here, but what we're finding is that even they are branching out. You know, if you're taking a look at the Sabre booth here, again, they're branching out also and offering internet connectivity with the social, the mobile sides of it as well. So it's no longer a matter of just providing the channel, into the hotels.
Well, not only that, but that all of these guys have recognized that most hotels are outgunned by the major guys out there, the Hotels.com, the Booking.com. So they're also offering a lot of consulting services, search engine optimization, search engine maximization, so that when a hotel chain tries to buy their brand, what happens is many times they've found that they've been hijacked. So if you're ABC Hotel and you do a Google search for ABC Hotel, you might not even appear on the first page because Booking.com's there, Expedia is there, Travelocity is there. All of those guys have bought those names. So companies like this not only will help you from a technology standpoint, but will try to help you
place you higher up on
exactly.
higher up on the scale.
Yeah.
So, that's certainly a good point, and that's also one that other industries can learn from the hotel industry on, that they really haven't thought about yet because they haven't faced, that total connection before, during, and after with the guest.
Right, and hotels have got the problem, and always had the problem, is who owns the guest. And the hotel wants to own the guest, but what happens is there's so much firepower out here with so many of these organizations that are so large that they want to own the guest because they want to capture that information and be able to mine it. So hotels need companies like a Sabre or a Travel Click or those folks to really help them.
Showing here a whiteboard. It looks like, it's a whiteboard, and so, of course, this is a communications company, but they're showing other types of things. So we have a digital whiteboard here, and it looks like they're showing how to connect, and it's probably for the meeting room.
That could be. Yeah, interactive. All right, so you got a 2D barcode and
well, it's a whole bunch of different information, but he's actually taking a barcode picture of it and then using that to collect the information as well.
Great.
I guess we could ask him what he's doing.
That's for sure.
But they're controlling, the experience from the different pieces that they're showing on the board. Is this for a meeting room?
No, this is just showing the interactive digital signage, and unlike the other digital signage implementations you'll see around Alcatel-Lucent, we have the ability to make interactive video calls from the digital signage application. So by having a customer just walking up, selecting the QR code, and then the system will then initiate a callback from the concierge to the customer.
So the board's not going to talk right back to you. I guess it could. Is that good, right?
It could, but this is for areas where you want to have a private conversation, or you have guests that do not want to pick up the handset. It might be germs they're worried about, or again, you want to have the private conversation. So once the system calls me back, I can say, initiate the call, right? And now I'm in an audio conversation with the concierge.
Right. Now you could have visually shown the concierge here as well, right?
Well, what happens is now once the call is initiated, the system will come back to me and ask me if I want to escalate the call to video. And so as you can see...
Well, it's okay. But you're showing this as so this is a whiteboard, but what you mean this to be actually is a regular display that could be in the lobby or somewhere else, right?
Could be. It's just the interactive digital screen. I can, once I'm in the audio conversation with the concierge, I can then escalate the call to video and have the video conversation. The other unique differentiator with the Alcatel-Lucent digital signage solution is the idea of queue management.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at a restaurant, a spa, golf tee times,
you can go see it visually all around the property.
Not only see it, but
also get on your device.
Yeah, so once I make a reservation, the system will now call me when I have 5 minutes left before my reservation occurs, and then when I'm at the top of the list and my table is ready or my tea time is ready, the system will actually call me. Additionally, 10 minutes before, 15 minutes before, it'll send me text messages with other things to do while I'm waiting.
Are you able to actually bring down what's on the board onto your smart device?
Yes, I can. I can be running a digital signage screen, in the device itself or an iPad, etc.
So is the point here only for the public areas? You're going to put these in the rooms as well?
These are for the public areas,
right.
And again, just public.
But the application behind it.
The application behind it, we connect into the audio and the phone systems throughout the plant or the facility also.
Great, thank you.
Very welcome.
Great.
Thank you.
We're just taking a chat, taking a walk and chatting it up. Well, that was interesting.
Yeah.
So that was some different things, that we could do. And there seems to be it's interesting. There are quite a few people that are showing the audio-visual connections in there. I think because they have the connectivity. And by the way, that's another example of a phone. A traditionally phone company, phone devices, doing something different.
Right. The whole video convergence. that we're seeing going on.
And then, as I said earlier, there's a bunch of the Wi-Fi providers here. You've got all your major content providers. Dish Networks is here. There's a whole bunch of different providers in that aspect. I wanted to take a walk over here, and then and DirecTV. So they're, that's interesting. They're right next to each other. So I don't know how they picked that. Inflix over there. So actually, there's quite a few providers of content here for in-room, but a lot of it is actually dished up, so to speak, over the net.
Sure.
And coming that way. I just wanted to take a walk over here because Panasonic we've seen now a few times this year at NRA. We saw Panasonic at CES, and here they are again. So clearly now they're showing a bunch of different technologies here, from video security, which they do for the restaurant retail. ToughPad has been one of their key technologies this year. Anything with the LCD. Now they're not showing digital signage here, but they are showing, of course, the public space. Well, I guess that is digital signage.
Absolutely, absolutely. And the other thing, I'm glad they make a big point of it, is one of the major complaints about LED technology for the longest time was its high consumption rate of electricity. And they've done a lot of work on that. So the cost, not only the price point of the applications or the product has come down, but the actual consumption of energy. So these have become a much better solution. And you're finding, whether it be in a restaurant, using them for digital signage, as you alluded to, Rob, or hotels using them for even things like reader boards, it's become much more popular.
Yeah, and as the cost per inch comes down,
absolutely.
They're really able to do. I'm just sort of taking a peek here just to see. Well, they're showing communications and phones on the other side.
Exactly.
So I think we'll just sort of walk back. We do have a couple of people that are doing managed networks as well as the internet connections, and we're just headed back now over to the ConStrata Tech Advisor booth, and I think we did a pretty good walk here.
Not bad, yeah. I mean,
we couldn't hit them all. I'm sure we're going to hear from some people that we might not have walked by their space. But
do the best you can. But it was a good show. I mean, it was well attended. As I said, no real.
It's not over yet.
That's true. It goes through.
We're
tomorrow.
Just sneaking on the floor in the afternoon.
Goes through till tomorrow, but nothing out there to wow you. But a lot of good convergence going on. A lot of good integration. I think the hoteliers are getting it right. It's all about the guests. It's all about owning the guests. It's all about addressing the needs of the guests. So a lot of good technology out there.
And I think also that the investment that the suppliers to the industry have made, not only on the floor in the educational sessions, but also the investment they made in the after hours, of getting people together, because, in any good industry event, you have a great deal of education, which is certainly here at HITEC. You have new technologies, which are certainly here, a showcase of it in one place to see it at once. But really, a lot of people come for the networking.
A lot of social aspect. I mean, the hotel industry in general is a social business. People get into the hotel industry because of the social aspect, because of the guest aspect. And this organization, or really these shows, reflect that. As you said, just as much of the social aspect, interaction goes on outside of these walls as they go on inside these walls. So.
Great. Well, we hope you enjoyed the tour, and I'm sure there'll be more little tidbits and things that we'll bring to you over the next day or so while we're here.
Thanks.